Part 2. The choice that changed everything. Love doesn't disappear overnight. It fades quietly when it feels unsure where it belongs. After Mara chose Julian, Ethan told himself it didn't hurt, that it was fine, that this was what he wanted. But lies sound different when you're alone. He watched from a distance as Mara's life slowly shifted. Her laughter changed. Her time was no longer his, and the silence between them grew heavier than words. Julian was everything Ethan was not. Decisive, confident, present, where Ethan hesitated. Julian stepped forward, and Mara was tired of waiting. Julian didn't promise perfection. He promised effort. And sometimes, that feels like love. Ethan noticed the way Mara no longer lingered after conversations, the way her replies came later, shorter, careful. She was protecting herself now. The distance wasn't dramatic. It was polite. And that hurt more than anger ever could. One evening, Ethan finally asked the question he should have asked long ago. Are you happy? Mara paused, not because she didn't hear him, but because she didn't know how to answer. I'm trying to be, she said. Trying. That single word told Ethan everything. Julian held her hand in public, introduced her without hesitation, spoke about the future like it was already decided, and Mara let herself be seen. Ethan realized that love doesn't just need feeling, it needs courage, and courage delayed is still courage denied. That night, Ethan stood outside his apartment window, watching the city lights blur through tired eyes. He replayed every moment, every pause, every silence he mistook for safety. He had loved her quietly, too quietly. Mara, meanwhile, lay awake beside certainty and still felt unsure. Julian was good to her, kind, consistent. But love doesn't always disappear just because it's inconvenient. She remembered Ethan's listening, his presence, the way he understood her without trying to own her. But understanding without action slowly becomes absence. Julian noticed the distance before Mara admitted it. You don't look at me the way you used to, he said one night. She didn't deny it. Love fractures quietly before it breaks. Ethan finally decided to speak. Not because he was brave, but because he was running out of time. He rehearsed the words in his head, practiced them like a confession. But when he stood in front of Mara, all he felt was fear. And fear once again won. I just wanted to check on you, he said. Mara smiled softly. A smile meant for closure, not hope. I'm okay, she replied. And that was the moment Ethan realized. Love doesn't always end with goodbye. Sometimes it ends with I'm okay. He walked away carrying words that were now useless. Julian, sensing the shift, asked Mara a question that night. Do you still love him? Mara didn't answer immediately. Silence stretched. And in that silence, the truth lived. I don't know, she said. Sometimes not knowing is the loudest answer. Julian nodded, not angry, just tired, because loving someone who's unsure is its own kind of loneliness. Ethan sat alone again, notebook open, hands shaking. He wrote, I thought waiting would protect me. I didn't know it would cost me everything. Love didn't punish him, time did, and as Mara stood between certainty and memory, the future began to fracture, because the most painful love stories aren't about betrayal, they're about realizing the right words came at the wrong time. Watch out for part 3.